President Bola Tinubu has approved the establishment of the Presidential Committee on Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms. This latest move, the president says, is in consonance with Tinubu's promise to remove all barriers impeding business growth in Nigeria. According to a statement on Friday by the president's special advisor on special duties, Dele Alake, the committee will be chaired by fiscal policy partner and African tax leader at PricewaterhouseCoopers, Mr. Taiwo Adeleye. It will comprise experts from both the private and public sectors and have responsibilities for the various aspects of the tax law reforms, fiscal policy design and coordination, harmonization of taxes and revenue administration. Special advisor to the President on Revenue, Mr. Adelabu Zak Adedeji, explained that the President Tinubu recognizes the importance of a sound fiscal policy environment and an effective taxation system for the functioning of the government and the economy. Former Governor of Ekiti State, Ayo Fayose, says he is with the government of President Bola Tinubu but will not hesitate to criticize the current administration if it fails to fulfill its campaign promises to Nigerians. Fayose told State House correspondents after a meeting with the president on Thursday that if the government in power is not doing the right thing, they will be courageous enough to tell them. Fayose noted that when Muhammadu Buhari was president, he did not shy away from telling him the truth and the government, and if President Ahmed Bola Tinubu is shying away from its brief, he will be courageous enough to tell him. Fayose said now that elections are over, it is the time for governance and Nigerians will need to rally round the president, whom he said has good intentions for the country. The Kano State Public Complaints and Anti-Corruption Commission has summoned the immediate past governor of the state, Abdullahi Danduje, for interrogation over a controversial dollar video. The chairman of the commission, Muhid Magaji, stated this on Thursday. However, the All Progressive Congress in the state told Danduje to disregard the invitation by the Anti-Graft Commission, saying the probe is politically motivated by the new Nigeria People's Party administration. In a statement on Thursday, co-signed by the chairman of the party in Kano, Abdullahi Abbas, and APC Secretary Zakari Sarina, the party said the matter is before a court of law and there is a sinister ploy to dent the image of the former governor. The Supreme Court has upturned the conviction of Senator Peter Nwaoboshi and his sentencing to 7 years imprisonment for offences of fraud and money laundering. The Apex Court ordered the immediate release of Nwaoboshi, who represented Delta North in the Ninth Senate, from Ikoyi prisons in Lagos, where he is currently being held. Delivering judgment, the court also freed the two companies, Golden Touch Construction Company Limited and Sumin Electrical Limited, tried with him on a 2-count charge brought against them by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. In a split decision of 4-1, the Supreme Court set aside the July 4, 2022 judgment of the Court of Appeal, Lagos, which had reversed their discharge and acquittal by a federal high court in Lagos. Worried about the report of the European Union on the 2023 general elections, a group of Nigerians under the urges of coalition of civil society organizations and political parties for good governance stormed the European Union office in Abuja to protest against its report on the February 25, 2023 presidential election. The protesters, who were seen with several placards carrying different descriptions, marched through the central area to the European Union's headquarters in the Federal Capital Territory. The EU had earlier in its report faulted the 2023 general elections, stating violence, killing and vote buying as some of the factors for its criticism. The peaceful march terminated at the headquarters of the EU, where leaders of the group addressed officials of the Union. With a promise from an EU official to relay the message of the protesters to the union, the group took their leave. Governor Abu Kefas of Taraba State on Friday declared free education in all primary and secondary schools with effect from the next academic session to cushion the effect of the removal of subsidy on premium motor spirit known as petrol. The decision came barely 48 hours after announcing the reduction of university school fees by 50% to cushion the current hardship in the country. According to him, starting from the next academic session, primary and secondary education in Taraba State would be free. A statement by his spokesperson, Emmanuel Bello, said Kefas made the declaration at the Ebenezer Primary School in Wukari as part of his assessment tour. The government stressed that it was the government's responsibility to bear the expenses and that students should not be subjected to any fees. Up ahead, stories from Africa, foreign, entertainment and sport. Details after this break.